What's up, everybody? In this video I'm going to be talking about another slept on gun. This time it's going to be an AR. This gun absolutely fries people. It's competitive with the AMAX and the RAM, and it has barely more recoil than the Krig, so its TTK isn't that far off from the class of the RAM and the AMAX, and it's almost as easy to control as my favorite no recoil option in the Krig. That AR is the FARA. Almost nobody's selecting it. Actually, like every viable AR except for a couple are selected above it, whether that's for long range or for sniper support. I'll hop over to Warzone Ranked to go ahead and show you how underrated that is. Then I'll go over to True Game Data and I'll go ahead and compare it with most of the ARs. And then I'm going to go ahead and hop back over here to Warzone to show you the loadout. So let's go ahead and hop over to warzonerank.com and we'll start off over there. Alright, just like in the PPSH video, we're over on warzonerank.com before we head over to True Game Data, so I can show you how slept on the FARA truly is. So we see right here, we're at the weapon rankings. We'll go ahead and sort it by categories. ARs on top, and you have the AMAX, the Kilo, the RAM, the Grau, the Krig, the M4, the Cold War AK-47, the FFAR, the XM4, and then finally the FARA being selected as the 10th most selected AR and the 16th selected overall gun. Your long range options are really going to be the AMAX, the Kilo, the RAM, the Grau, the Krig, the M4A1. The M4A1 also gets selected as sniper support, and then these three really just get selected as sniper support. So when we go long range, I mean, it's potentially the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th most picked long range gun, depending on what the loadouts are for this. It might sneak in ahead of this, but still, even if you sneak in ahead of the M4A1, there's 5 long-range ARs being selected before the FARA. And if you go to the FARA, the main selected loadouts are 1 through 9, built more for long range, just, slightly different from each other. So people that are selecting this are typically selecting this for long range, but they typically just aren't selecting it. They do finally pick it as a sniper support here, but it's not a very popular... Oh, well, this one's not even sniper support, so 10 for long range. You don't get one without a sight until the 11th most selected loadout for it. But we'll go ahead and hop over to True Game Data and we'll go ahead and get into the comparison. Okay, we're over on True Game Data now to compare the time to kills for the different ARs. I went ahead and left out the guns that were mainly sniper support weapons, and I put the other 6 ARs plus the FARA on this chart. We're going to start getting rid of ones that already start off losing to the FARA. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of the Grau, the Krig, and the Kilo. So that leaves us with the FARA, the AMAX, the RAM, and the M4A1. When the M4A1 beats out the FARA, sorry, brain fart, the FARA up until that first damage drop off, and then it's just nowhere close. And we're going to be using it. Sorry, I don't know why the website's doing that. And we're going to be using it more for long range than anything. So we're going to get rid of the M4A1. So now it's in a class with the RAM and the AMAX. Well, it beats out the RAM after the RAM's first damage drop off. They start to cross, but now we're crossing at 140 meters, so it's negligent. But it does slightly beat out the RAM. I don't know why it keeps doing that to me. After the RAM's first damage drop off. So it's really only getting beat out by the AMAX, which the AMAX with chest multipliers beats out almost everything. The main difference here being is the FARA is way easier to control. I don't know if it's because of my controller and aim assist really helps it stick or what. But, I mean, it's an absolute laser. It's barely more recoil and harder to control than the Krig. And the Krig is my favorite low recoil AR right now. So the FARA, I mean, it's in the class with the RAM easily. I just have to keep fixing that. And if you go to headshots instead, well, it brings back all of them. If you go to headshots instead, it's now a lot closer of a gap. I mean, we're talking maybe 1/10 of a second the whole way. And that's really competitive. That's a couple bullets different. And with how much easier it is to control than both the RAM and the AMAX, I really think the FARA, once people figure it out, will really start to dominate because your TTK isn't that far off. I mean, we're talking 1/10 of a second difference. Even if you go back to chest shots, it's still not a huge difference here. I mean, we're talking 0.15 seconds. These were, I mean, a sentence is a few seconds. You can talk in a whole sentence and kill 2 guys. Or kill a whole nother guy easily. Because we're talking tenths of a second here. So I really think that it can dominate because of how easy to use it is compared to the RAM and the AMAX. And I think we'll start to see it a lot more. But I'll go ahead and hop over to Warzone and give you my best loadouts for it. Loadout. Okay, now we're back over on Warzone, and I'll go ahead and start building this loadout. So, of course, we're going to start off with the most obvious attachment. Everybody's favorite, the GRU suppressor, or agency suppressor if it's on some other weapons. For the barrel, normally we do something like the Spetsnaz because it helps both effective damage range and bullet velocity, but this affects horizontal and vertical recoil, and we're trying to get this close to the Krig. And so some people might think, oh, you go takedown because of effective damage range, but the effective damage range on ARs is so much further out than something like an SMG, where it's not really going to matter as much. And so we go in with the Liberator barrel because we want the best possible bullet velocity, so we don't have to lead our shots as much, so it feels as close to hit scan as possible, as JGod says. So we're going to stick with the barrel that gives us the best bullet velocity. If I remember correctly, we get better bullet velocity than the Spetsnaz. I guess it doesn't really tell us. We get better damage though, so we go ahead and go with the Liberator barrel. For the underbarrel, it's pretty obvious. We're going to go with the Spetsnaz grip, the Spetsnaz equivalent to the Field Agent 4 grip for horizontal recoil and vertical recoil control. Then we go 60 round mag. If you don't want any ADS penalty, a 45 round mag will do just fine for you. But since I mostly play trios and quads, I go ahead and go with the 60 round. I don't go with the fast mag for the same reason as every other loadout. I don't want even more ADS penalty on top of this ADS penalty. And it's not a whole lot quicker reloading, and we still have the same amount of rounds. So we go optic. We go with the 3x optic, which I love after they fixed the optics. I love the 3x. 4x is alright. I don't like it as much. I know it kind of looks like the VOK, but it just doesn't feel as good as the VOK to me. And the axial arms 3x actually secretly helps with recoil as well. So between the GRU suppressor, the Spetsnaz grip, and the axial arms 3x, we take away almost all of this gun's recoil. And if you play on controller like I do, the aim assist helps even more with that. And then you just stick to targets, and you can absolutely melt people. And then I go ahead and change my reticle as well. I don't like the default. I like the precision. I know some people like these other ones. Like Kill Shot's not bad. The Clean Living's pretty clean. And then for the Battle Pass reticle, I've seen a lot more people start using this. I might switch to this because this is really clean. But for now, I just use the precision reticle. And then I go to, I've been pairing that with the PPSH. As you know, I think it's very slept on. As I showed in my video, which I can link below. It has a faster time to kill than a lot of the SMGs, including one of the favorites, the MAC-10. I pair it with my usual perks, EOD, Overkill, and Amped. And then Semtex. You can also go Thermite or Throwing Knife if you're a sweat. Claymore if you like to camp. But I typically stick with Semtex. And then Heartbeat Sensor or Stun. I like to run Heartbeat. I know it's a crutch. I don't mind my crutch. And it's good to always have at least one person running Heartbeat at all times. And every squad I play with, everyone goes to stuns. One or two of us have a Heartbeat, but it's usually just me with a Heartbeat. So that's my loadouts for the FARA. The only difference to make, if you want to run it as a sniper support, I would just get rid of the 3x, and I would go ahead and go skeletal stock, but we're mainly focusing on our long range option here. So this is the loadout for the FARA. I hope this video helped you. I'll see you in Verdansk. Get frying. Have a good day. Bye.
Loadout drop headed your way.
Moving here.
Otro mío, arriba mío, arriba mío.
Deploy. Hostiles dropping into the area. Gas is inbound. Safe zone.
No, man.
Down. Well done.
Another one, far out, straight ahead.
Nice.
Yeah, far out, straight ahead.
Oh my god.
Down one, down one.
Be advised,
my God.
Another one's knocked me though.
RTB for resupply.
I'm low AR. Nice.
You need the air.
I need AR.
They're resing right now.
Oh my god. Scribbles! So close.
You knew where I was. There's no way. You knew where.
Holy shit, they are being.
Gas is closing. Get to the new safe zone.
Expendable.
Drop.
I downed him.
Yeah, but he's not alone.
Yeah, I'm gonna go left. Oh, somebody just landed on the roof.
Hostile operator.
There we go.
Oh, cracked him. What the fuck did he hit me?
31 meters.
Heading out.
An enemy team is hunting you. Stay alert. Enemy helo. Losing ground.
Two meters.
Oh man, my man's wrecking people.
He just jumped out.
Have contact.
Nice, dude.
Heading out.
Good shots, man. Because I had no ammo.
Load up. He got taken out by someone else. Unless that was you.
Somebody got out of the road.
Where am I getting shot from?
I'm flying in. To your left. Nice.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Yeah, one's above on the roof, two are down below.
RTB for resupply.
Lethal out.
Right above us, dude.
No, below. Oh, broken.
Hostile.
Like coming down the stairs below.
Your teammate has entered
dude.
the gulag. Surviving earns them redeployment. Friendly UAV overhead.
As soon as I pull out the heartbeat, bro. Fuck.
Enemy soldier incoming. Enemy UAV overhead.
Fuck my life, dude. I can't believe I let him do that to me.
I'm good to go.
I formed it again.
On the flip. They are targeting me.
Nice.
Great.
10 left.
Oh yes.
He had a bag. Thank
Double
God.
buyback, double buyback, yeah. To my left, left, my left.
Oh my god.
Call.
Down.
Mover spotted.
Okay.
Be advised, you
Broken the guy up there on my mark with the chopper.
for resupply.
Point.
Be advised.
Ah, damn. What? Gee, when he's down upstairs. Gee. Nice, thank you.
Another one.
Fuck's sake, man.
Oh. Good stuff.
Nice.
Thanks for the res. Across.
Team is KIA. You safe zone.
I got fucking ammo. Damn it.
Mission accomplished.
Yes, Jay.